Hello, you guys. I'm going to open up a new tab so that way I can actually see the comments and I can also open up another window to kind of walk you guys through how I go about gathering specimens when I am submitting an application. Um, so actually, hold on one second. I am going to change screens for just a minute while you guys are staring at my Facebook feed. Give me one quick sec. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to open this up on the other screen. Okay. That's good right there. I'll leave that. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to open up a website for, let's say, Izzy and Liv, because they have a lot of actual products and I can use them as a really good example for how to gather the specimens. So just for those who have not seen my other announcement, so this month's membership perk is going to be, we will submit a USPTO trademark registration application for you on your behalf for free. Now, some of the stipulations around this free service is that you have to gather your own specimens. And it's only going to be open for 24 hours. I have not uploaded it to the membership portal yet, so that 24 hours has not begun to run. I wanted to get on here on this live first and just give you guys some tips before I actually put it on the portal and then open it up for you guys. Because I know if I don't, inevitably what's going to happen is folks are going to submit applications that are just or not applications, folks are going to submit their information and the information isn't going to be really all that complete. And then if I submit the application for you on your behalf, it's not going to be a great application and the USPTO might come back. And normally the area that folks struggle in the most is the specimen. So I wanted to create this video for you. Oh, one other thing. So there are a couple of, like I said, restrictions around the service. Number one is we're not going to be able to give you any legal advice. We're going to take the information that you give and then we're going to submit that for you on your behalf. We will, however, take a look at the specimens just to give them a once over and then give you one suggestion for how you can make them better, and how you act on that suggestion is totally up to you. And if you resubmit your specimens to us and we think they're fine, then we'll go ahead and move forward with it. However, if we think that it's not, then we can offer additional feedback for you. But again, that's going to be billed at the hourly rate. And then also, we're not going to be able to give you any type of legal advice regarding the acceptance of or our thoughts about the acceptance of your application. And then also, it's not going to include a search or anything like that. And the reason why we can't give you legal advice is because I have not run a search. Now, if you want, we will offer a search in addition to this. If you want to purchase that, that's fine. And I do recommend it, actually, if you haven't already performed a search. But that's not included. And so I think that's it. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull up Nicole's website, Izzy and Liv. Oops. So the reason why I love Nicole's site is because she just has so much stuff. And her branding is like very, very, very consistent. So let's just say that, we're going to register the Izzy and Liv, trademark for apparel. Okay. So the Izzy and Liv is the one word mark, even though it's technically 3 words. It's still considered a word mark, and it's one trademark. So that's what I mean when I say one mark. It can be comprised of 3 words, but it just has to be completely comprised of actual words and not like a picture or a logo or anything like that. So you see from the Izzy and Liv right here, there's no picture, there's no logo, right? This is a perfect example of a word mark. And the class that I'm going to use in this example is the apparel class. And apparel can include like t-shirts, pants, clothing. And I believe shoes are included in that as well. So what we're going to do is, if we're going to register the Izzy and Liv, the types of specimens we need are examples that show Izzy and Liv, this right here, being used clearly to sell something in the apparel category. So here's what we want. Here's apparel. Now, if you are wanting to register a trademark for products that span across several different types of apparel, then it's a good idea. It's a good idea to go ahead and pull examples of each type of product in that apparel category. So remember, apparel can be like t-shirts, it can be shoes, it can be kids clothing. There's different ways that the USPTO breaks it down. And let's say we're going to register the Izzy and Liv mark for t-shirts. So we can go into the graphic tees. My computer's kind of slow today. Okay. So right here, notice that technically there is no Izzy and Liv like actually on the t-shirts, but that's actually not a problem. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. What I normally do is I would take a screenshot of this right here, just this page right here, because obviously the Izzy and Liv here is in the header and it's being used to sell all these t-shirts right here. So a screenshot right here would be great. Let's just say, like, if we landed on this page and all we saw were the t-shirts, but then we couldn't really tell that they were actually for sale, because remember, a trademark has to be being used in commerce, being monetized in some way, shape, or form. And so if it's not clearly for sale, that's one of the easiest ways to show that something is being used in commerce. So if this price right here is not clearly visible, then what I would then do is I'll click on like a product, and then I would take a screenshot of this and make sure that this Izzy and Liv is clearly in the screenshot. Whoops. So I'd either do like a print to PDF or something like that. But here you can see in the header, the Izzy and Liv is there. You can clearly see there's a t-shirt. You can clearly see it's for sale. Those 3 things have to be very, very clear. Now, if we were going to register the Izzy and Liv in, say, the apparel category, but we wanted to include like shoes, t-shirts, and like socks or something like that. Now, if you go back and you actually have on this page t-shirts, socks, shoes, and it's all kind of grouped together, then that would actually be great, because you could just take a screenshot of that, as long as you can clearly see it's for sale. And that you can just have like basically one specimen that shows the trademark being used in every class. But the thing that's very, 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 very important is that, number one, the trademark that you're registering has to look exactly like the trademark in your specimen. That is very, very important. There cannot be an S on the trademark in your specimen if you're registering a trademark with USPTO that does not have an S. There cannot be spacing, arguably, Well, here it's probably not that big of a deal because this is more stylized. It can be considered like space. But if it's very clear, like this and isn't there and it's just like one word, um, that can't be there either. Like it has to be very, very clear that the specimen is displaying you using the trademark exactly how you're wanting it to be registered. So that's that. Let me go back and see if actually, I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Let me go back and see if you guys have any questions. Give me just a second. Go back and see if you guys have any questions. Let me see. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Alicia asked the question if I'm going to keep the live up. Normally I don't keep the lives up, but maybe I will. Maybe I will. So let me go ahead and let me give you another example. Let me think of a really good website to use. Or actually, I can stay on this website because here she has got a lot of trademarks. So let's say let me take a look at her accessories. Let's see what else we can register. Wow. Let me see if she has Izzy and Liv on any actual of her products. Oh, here's another one. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, let's do this one. Ha 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 ha. Here's a great example. Ha. So here's another thing. So if you guys are wanting to pull a specimen and you don't necessarily have anything for sale on your website, but you do have a physical product in hand, here's a great example of how to pull a specimen for that. So you see how this bag right here has this Izzy and Liv trademark attached to the tag? This is a perfect way. This is a perfect example to use for pulling a specimen on an actual product. So if you sell t-shirts, mugs, anything, and you want to register your trademark connected to that t-shirt or mug, and you don't have it for sale necessarily on a website, then including a tag on it with the trademark is ideal. And creating a tag is not a hard thing to do. I mean, get some string, get some paper, get maybe some construction paper, something thicker, some cardstock, print it off and put it around your product and take a picture. That's all you have to do. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a specimen with that on it if you're taking a screenshot of the website and the specimen, and the trademark is actually in the header. So if it's in the header, it doesn't actually have to be slapped on top of the product itself. It doesn't have to be necessarily slapped on the label, because there are a lot of brands that curate other brands, right, and sell them, but yet you still want to protect the trademark of, your company's name. Even though you're selling other products, you still want to protect your name, because you could have a service that curates, premium products. So you still are building your own brand. But your brand is not going to be visible on the actual products because they're not technically your products to brand. Although I guess, you could maybe. But if you don't want to do that, then that's fine. You just need to make sure that the trademark is very clearly visible in the header itself. So yeah, this is a really good example. Like I said, if you have a physical product and you don't have it on your website yet, but you still want to register, the trademark for it, then creating a tag is going to be a really, really, really good idea. So that is that. All right. This website's really cool. She has so much stuff. I spend way too much money on y'all stuff, just by the way. You don't want to know how much money I spend in all of my clients' stores. It's a lot every month. Okay. Let's see. Do you guys have any questions? I know I went through that a little bit quickly. Let me think of some other examples of trademarks. Oh, I know. Let's see. Missed the deal. No, Rosalind, you didn't miss the deal. You didn't miss the deal. Oh, Rosalind, I want to use your site really quickly. If it's okay, I want to give an example of different types of trademarks that can be registered and that can be used, because you have the confidence and then the confidence by Gabby Goodwin. If that's okay, can I share your site and talk about it? I think you guys have a really good website. Please. Okay. Yay. All right. So I'm going to go to Rosalind's site. Is it gabbybose.com? I should know this. Oops. No, I don't. Okay, hold on. Let me just search it. Oh, gabbybose.com. Oh, it was gabbybose.com. Okay. So here is another example of, I wanted to use a site for different types of trademarks, because right here, and actually Nicole's site had it too, but I want to use this one. You can pull a couple of different trademarks from this right here, because right here, confidence can be a trademark by itself, and then the confidence by Gabby Goodwin can be considered a trademark together, right? So technically you could use this right here as a specimen for either one of these right here. Oh, and Rosalind, I sent you an email like 2 minutes ago. I hope you got them. And so for this right here, what we're going to do is we'll go to, I feel like your shop has a lot of products. Hey, Gabby. Yes. So here you can see that she's got all sorts of products. So technically I could take a screenshot of just this page right here, making sure that this trademark up here is included in the screenshot somewhere. It should be almost like a stamp, so to speak. So I could take a screenshot of this right here, and if we're going to register the mark, either confidence or the confidence by Gabby Goodwin, in the bows category or the hair care products category, and I feel like those are two different classes. Yes, they are two different classes. And down here we have the Mommy Me Entrepreneurship Academy, which I signed my daughter up with, by the way. We have that, which is a different class. That's actually a services class. And let me see, I think that's it for right here. Oh, and then we have the organizer, which is actually a separate class. And then we have books, which is a separate class. So if I took a screenshot of this right here, I could literally use that as a specimen for the confidence just by itself. And then I could use it as a specimen in each of these classes. So I think that was the organizer, the hair care products, the hair bows, the business services, which is the Entrepreneurship Academy, and then the books. So that's 5 classes. So I could use the confidence for 5 classes, plus I could use the confidence by Gabby Goodwin for those 5 classes just from this screenshot right here, because the specimen is clearly visible. You can clearly see the products and what they are. You can clearly see that it's for sale, which, qualifies it for being used in commerce. So it actually, this is a really great example as a screenshot that you can take. But if we didn't, say, have a website up and you really wanted to use a specimen of the actual product, then it would need to be on the label. So we could, even if she didn't have a website up, like we could still like get a copy, or not get a copy, order a jar of this and then just take a picture of the jar. Now, what we would not be able to do is say this right here, the organizer box. If we did not have the website up and this wasn't in the header and we just had the organizer, this we could not use as a specimen because the confidence by Gabby Goodwin is not on here. So then we would have to use the specimen from the website. So I don't know if how many of you guys have actually processed a trademark for, but a lot of times you probably have seen me come back to you and say, okay, can we go ahead and put it up on the website really fast? Like if the label itself does not clearly show this the trademark, then I'll say, yeah, can you just create a product really quickly, throw it up there, and then make sure your trademark is in the header, and then I'll pull it that way. So yeah, this is a really good specimen. It's not complicated. It really is not complicated. It's really, really easy to do. So I hope that helps. Do you guys have any questions? All right, I don't see any more questions. All right, I hope this really quick training helped you guys. And I will be uploading the form for you to fill out for this perk definitely this week. I'm trying to get it onto the site by tonight or possibly tomorrow. But either way, be sure to keep your notifications on for the group. Oh, you know what? Here's a really good question I was thinking about asking you guys, and it's something that I was thinking about implementing is, in this new Millennia Legal, members only group, I don't post a lot of like fluffy stuff because I've noticed that the folks that are in this group are pretty much working throughout the day. And a lot of the fluffy stuff I post in my free legal resources group, and you guys are already in that group too. So I felt like it would be too much to do it in both. So I wanted to keep this group just information only. However, when I do that, the downside is that Facebook does not see this group as being as valuable. And so the notifications don't come through as much or as frequently as maybe in my other groups. So what I was thinking about doing is whenever I have a pretty big announcement, like for a new template that I've created, for the perk and things like that, what I want to do is possibly tagging you guys in each of those. So that way you don't necessarily have to depend on Facebook showing you the notifications or popping up in your feed, because I don't want you guys to miss any of the things that I'm sending out. Now, I will also send out emails, but if your emails are anything like mine, then you get a lot. And sometimes those can be easier to miss, and honestly, I get a lot of Facebook notifications too. So sometimes I miss those, but I figure if I tag you, plus if I send out the emails, then you guys will see these things that I'm posting. Because in this new Millennia Legal paid members only, I don't post like anything extra. Like it's only stuff that's going to be like helpful to you guys, or like so you guys can take advantage of the different things for your membership, benefits for your membership. So let me know what you guys think about that. That's something that I think I'm going to go ahead and do and try. And if you guys don't want to be tagged, then let me know, and then I won't tag you. But I think I'm going to try that because I don't want you guys to miss it, because it's only going to be for 24 hours, and there's not going to be any exceptions. Like if y'all don't get your forms filled out within that 24-hour time frame, like it's not opening back up. And then one other thing is the fees for the USPTO are $235. Well, technically it's $225, but I had to add in extra because of the credit card processing fees that I'm charged. So I upped it to $235. So those fees have to be paid before I can actually submit your application for you. I forgot to put that amount in the announcements. Your forms have to be filled out. However, the payment does not have to be made until probably the end of next week. So once we actually have everything together, all the applications and everything together, we're going to sit and then register everything kind of in one day. And that'll probably happen by the end of next week. I hope that was clear. All right. Okay. Well, I'm done. Last call for questions. Okay, I will tag you, Rosalind. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, well, you guys are awesome. I'm going to get back to work. I've got some stuff to handle for clients, and then I've got to get this form up on the website. Hopefully by today. Don't hold me to it. It will definitely be done by the end of the week, though. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there. I will talk with you soon.